Hello. Are we having the meeting now or in an hour?
Hey, Miha, it's now. The calendar is back to normal or regular, as in 6 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, okay, sure.
All right, let's get started. Can you see my screen share?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the Hyperledger Cacti Maintainers meeting. Please abide by the antitrust policy notice that we are showing on the screen, and also by the Hyperledger Code of Conduct that you can find linked to on the agenda document. And with that said, I just had two things to discuss. One is that I'm looking into this Connect gRPC library that is uh, that is found on this link, connectrpc.com. I got the idea from Raphael because he suggested that we could try it because this comes with support for HTTP proxying or translation out of the box. And that's very cool. And also, it might, well, they claim that they are fully compatible with vanilla gRPC. And the backdrop for all this is that I'm implementing support for plugins being able to expose gRPC services the same way they're already exposing HTTP and socket IO services. So I just wanted to put this out there in case someone has experience with this Connect RPC library. And, if they do, then maybe they can also share some experience about what they learned when they used it.
No comments on this. I think it's good. Just want to say that there are several Weaver modules which are built as gRPC services exposing gRPC APIs. So this should be useful to drive the exposure of those modules as packages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to keep everyone in the loop. Bless you. And second topic, the Open API JSON files. So we have this problem where the links are pointing to github.com domains of tagged Git links. So, for example, if you go to the basic connectors, then you'll see links like this all around. And this used to be working fine because it always stays the same as long as we don't overwrite the git tag. that it is associated with. But the problem is, with me trying to automate the releases and the automation of bumping these versions, which we now have a script for, we hit this problem that part of the release process, the release script, is to create that one release commit that will update this to the new upcoming release that is about to get issued. But that doesn't exist at the time when we create this commit. And so what happens is the compilation breaks because there's this connect problem. And so what I was thinking to do is to make it part of the release process that the snapshot or vendor these files, the ones that are being referenced, and create a copy of it with a specific file name in the same directory. And that way we can stop using the URLs and instead we can use regular local file path imports. And the reason why this copying is necessary is because we cannot import the original OpenAPI JSON file across package directories because that would break the build when the package is deployed on its own. That would make it so that every package can only be ran or used if the entire project was checked out, which is no good. So I figured that's definitely a bit of redundancy that we're adding, but it just has to be that way because otherwise the odd release automation is just not going to work.
Peter, we had this, I think we had a similar issue with your packages. I remember you were discussing this with Sandeep a while ago. So the way we were doing this, we were handling this, I think was, we were skipping certain tests until we could, so we have particular chain code, fabric chain code that we're supposed to commit, and those have dependencies, interdependencies, different chain code packages, different Go packages. So we just, in order to, we just do them in multiple commits, and we were publishing them in 2 or 3 stages. And in the first and second stage, we would disable some of the tests and would enable them all finally in the last one. But, so yeah, be interested in seeing how this works. We can probably do the same. We can follow the same process in the Weaver modules.
Yeah, we could find a solution that is the same to both and then go with that. The reason why I am trying to stay away from the multiple commits solution is because it will prevent us down the line from signing the releases correctly, or reproducing them correctly in the sense that there's different commits. And so if you tag one of the releases or one of the commits as the actual release, but then there's a second commit that actually does it, then there will be a discrepancy between what the commit hash is, that is the release, and then what is the actual artifacts that are being produced from. So ideally, we would be able to do it in one go or longer term.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Okay, that's all I had. Does anyone have any other topics?
I think for me.
Yeah, I think you discussed last week to deprecate some packages. Can I ask how will be the processed? Will these packages be marked in README that they are deprecated and then we'll remove them in a couple of months, or what's the idea of this deprecation?
Which packages? Let's go one by one because I was talking about a lot of them. Sorry.
I think it was the
Yeah,
Huawei package, right?
Huawei, Iroha, and I think Fabric One. Fabric One all-in-one Docker.
Fabric One, are we deprecating them or are we just
No, Fabric, the Docker image for version 1, I think. I can search for
Right.
the notes, but that's what I recall.
For the
So are we
Docker
just...
images, I was thinking to just remove them. So I wasn't thinking about deprecating, I was thinking about
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
archival.
that's what I was thinking too. Yeah. We can put them in
Okay,
an
and
archive somewhere, right? I think so. If people still want it, they have a way to get it.
But yeah, the
yeah, I think
archive is
it's
git log.
in GitLog, and all the container versions are already published, so they can be used until we completely remove them, but we can remove the different sources. Okay, but what about the connectors? Do we want to remove Iroha version 1, or do we want to deprecate it somehow?
Yeah. Honestly, I would say also remove the Iroha connector, but in a way that we leave the directory there and a README file that says this has been archived, and you can find the older versions on this and this commit hash if you really need it, but we don't recommend using it because it has security implications with the old gRPC, for example.
Okay, sure. So this will be about Iroha for 1, Huawei connector, right? Or is it decided, or do we still waiting for the response or something?
Well, that's a good question again, because they did write back, if I remember correctly. They said they're working on it, but then they still haven't gotten it done, right?
Yeah, I pinged in the issue, I think 2 weeks ago. I didn't get any response too. So yeah,
Yeah.
the Huawei connector is critical here because if we removed this, if we removed Huawei connector, then we could also remove the Go Socket.io connector and CMD API server Socket.io packages.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I'd rather have them removed. All these packages, because after all, we can add them again, right? If there is such a need, at least before 2.0 release.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, if you send a PR with that, I'll high five it. It's okay.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem. Just please make sure to leave some trace of what we said here, as in the explanation that we are open to putting it back. We just have to get on with our lives for now. And right now it's a blocker.
Mm-hmm.
So I recommend you put that in the commit message and also in a specific comment on that thread where you were talking to them, or we were talking to them.
Yeah, I
Just
think I would create a issue explaining all of this and listing all the packages, so that and every PR will link to it, so there will be an explanation there.
yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my only worry, that they just see that we removed it and then they think that it's all game over. But it's not like that. Okay.
okay. And regarding gRPC services, when you implement this, could you have a look into the issue that I created about decorators that to create services? I think I created it some time ago. Not, I mean, when you will be implementing this so you can kind of judge if it's still applicable. I mean, if it can be done with the decorators later on. I'll just search for this issue first. Sorry.
Decorators. I remember
Yeah,
something.
I've sent this on the chat already. I think we already seen this, but I mean, when you'll be implementing this gRPC services, it would be nice if you could implement it in a similar way to Socket.io, or at least have a look into this and well, have in mind that this might be used later on, you know, as a decorator. This is a long-term thing that I wanted to do, and it would be nice to, well, not even if not implemented right now, but just to, you know, keep this in mind in the overall philosophy of creating new things.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look into that, because it's something that I would want to double check if it works in the current structure anyway, because
Yeah, I mean, when you work on the code, you can like experiment and see if this makes sense, or if you see any issues with this whole idea, then the sooner the better, right?
yeah. Okay. I need to put a reminder for myself. gRPC. Okay. I thought I had an issue open for gRPC. Never mind. I'll just add it to my notes.
Sure, thanks.
No problem.
And one more small thing. So Tomek has fixed his PR with GUI structure refactor. There was failing build yesterday. So if you could have a look on that and approve so we can merge it, that would be great as well. That's 3083 PR. I think you already approved this, but the build was failing.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just checked it. And high five.
Okay, great, thank you.
No problem.
So that's all from me for this meeting. Thanks.
No worries. Rama, anything else from you?
No.
Okay, then thank you everyone for joining, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you. See you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Bye.